Alright, so, I haven't done this in a while, and by a while I mean I haven't done this since Batman the Killing Joke. And this is going to be my review of Justice League vs. Teen Titans. This film is interesting because now this is the first time I've gotten back to the Teen Titan Justice League, animated film universe thingy that's no longer relevant because it's the New 52 is gone. But whatever. And apparently, and I had seen a bit of this before, but now I've watched the whole thing, because there had been a lot of encouragement saying, oh, it's really good, it's, Justice League versus Teen Titans, it's really good. And I wanted to see for myself of, what was everybody talking about? What was, is Justice League versus Teen Titans all that really good? Well, I won't say that it's bad, but I wouldn't say that it wasn't my favorite of the DC animated films. Now, I will say that if you're a Teen Titans fan, you might like this. Because, after nearly years of Teen Titans Go, this gives you some real Titans. And I like that. And the lineup was pretty interesting, of having Starfire and, I guess, Nightwing there. But Nightwing's not really there. He's just there in a few scenes here and there. But Starfire is kind of like Charles Xavier. Yeah, she's kind of like a Charles Xavier, where she's teaching Raven, Beast Boy, and Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, and Damian to work together and make their own, and be a team. And she's basically like, I took them in, I've been teaching them, I've been letting them find out who they are. And and I was like, so the Teen Titans are basically X-Men in this universe. Alright. Anyway, so, I was kind of, I did like that angle. I do like this lineup. Damian Wayne, I'm like, I don't care about you, and I still don't. In fact, there are moments in this film with Damian where I'm literally like, listen here, you little shit. Yeah, I've never been I don't hate Damian, but I've never been the biggest fan of Damian either. If you are, that's totally fine. I just do not, in any way, shape, or form, care about Damian Wayne, at fucking all. That's kind of the thing, is I just do not care about him, at fucking all. Now, for a film called Justice League vs. Teen Titans, you might be thinking this. For a film called Justice League vs. Teen Titans, not a lot of the versing going on until the end. Now, let's get into the story. Almost 3 minutes, literally 3 minutes into the video, and now I'm just talking about the story. The story is that Damian is still becoming way too aggressive, and he's borderline violent, and he needs to learn how to interact with people. So Dick Grayson takes him to Starfire and the other Teen Titans to be a team member. Surprise, surprise! Damian's still a dick. Now, it is interesting to note that this is kind of like they're doing a loose adaptation of the Trigon story, and this is more of a Teen Titans story than it is a Justice League versus Teen Titans story. I mean, shit, literally, 80% of the film is relegated to the Titans. Hell, a big chunk of this is them just going out and having fun. And, I'm kind of, I was just kind of at that carnival scene with all of them hanging out together. I was literally like, this is fun! When do we get to the actual story? Because that was the big crux for this, for me, was this felt like it got so slow, and like I said earlier, for a film called Justice League vs. Teen Titans, the fighting doesn't exactly happen until later, and it's not even the full Teen Titans team. It's literally them versus a possessed Superman, Wonder Woman, and Flash. And technically Cyborg, but they save him, so Captain Marvel and Green Lantern aren't in this film at all. They don't explain why. There would have been points in this film where I'd have been like, when they're fighting the possessed Justice League members, I'd have been like, now would have been a good time to call Aquaman and Green Lantern and Captain Marvel. I know he's called Shazam in here, but I don't call him Shazam. I call him Captain Marvel. But I'd have been like, now would have been a great time to call some Justice League backup. But The characters themselves are really fun. I like this version of Raven, but the problem is the voice actress just feels like she's reading off lines and she's bored. And I understand that Raven's supposed to be emotionless. I get that. I'm well aware of that. But the thing is that she just felt like she was just reading a line and she was bored. At least with the other voice actors and actresses, they really had some really good reading to them and some really great work to them. Jason O'Mara, while not my favorite Batman voice actor, I will admit that he's growing on me. He's still not my favorite, but I will say that Jason O'Mara isn't the worst Batman voice actor, and I really do like his performance, but I don't know if I would call him one of my favorites yet. I don't know if I would call him one of my favorite Batman voice actors. He's tolerable, I'll give him that. Yeah, so of course the story revolves around Trigon, and it's pretty interesting. Jon Bernthal's actually really good, but he's hardly used in here doing Trigon's voice acting. Because at this point he's like, oh yeah, Jon Bernthal, that guy from Walking Dead, and now he's the Punisher. Yeah, I guess he was a little expensive because Trigon hardly talks in this film. And I would imagine, yeah, they probably only got him for a few lines, because at the same time, I would imagine, yeah, he's probably off busy shooting for Punisher at this time, isn't he? Anyway, the fight sequences are really well done. Again, this is more of a Teen Titan film than Justice League, and a lot of that time is spent them at this carnival scene. And there's also this weird thing between Raven and Damian. It's really strange. I mean, I don't ship it because BB Ray for the win. Am I right? Yeah, Raven Beast Boy for the win, and there's none of that. Although I will say that that Raven does see Garfield's dick, which, yeah, if you're a Beast Boy Raven shipper, you'd have been like, hee. But even I was like, really? She just saw a cucumber, really. Anyway, there's no vulgar, and what I like about this film is there is some great action. The voice acting's, there is some decent voice acting in here. Also, where was I going with this? I do like, where was I going? There's nothing vulgar about this. It's not like in Justice League War where it was just overly violent, people are swearing, and there is some violence in here, and there is swearing, don't get me wrong, this is a PG-13 film, but at the same time, it's never, like in the past Justice League new set of films, it's never to the degree where it's gratuitous. It's never like gratuitous swearing or really out there violence. The violence and the swearing do feel like it's meant to be there. Like there's a scene where Superman has to fight possessed Flash, and he jumps down and breaks Barry's leg. And I was like, ooh, that's really graphic, but at the same time, yeah, that was the only way he could. And even Superman was like, Barry, if you can hear me, I'm really sorry about this. I gotta do a really dick move. He didn't say that part, but still, that's kind of what it amounted to, really. Anyway, I don't know if I just thought this was alright. There were some great moments, there were some interesting moments in here. I feel like, yeah, this is still, like, every time you bring in a Batman character, it's like their film, just like this is Damian's film. And yeah, it does look like we're doing Judas Contract in this universe, which I was not too happy about, but whatever. Guess I'll have to deal with it. And it also makes no sense because apparently Deathstroke is dead, so unless they pull some weird revival or go and say like, oh, we're mixing Hive with this storyline, which I guarantee you is a possibility, but still, what can you do? All in all, it's it's an alright film, not one of the best DC animated films I've seen, but I can rewatch this and get some form of enjoyment out of it. But, yeah, I think that pretty much does it for me. Yeah, so you guys tell me, what did you guys think of Justice League versus Teen Titans? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? And also, the big question here is, how do you guys feel about Judas Contract being done in this universe? Are you guys excited for that? Are you guys not? Yeah, that's the kicker right there. Is that, oh yeah, we're getting Judas Contract. Crap, it's in this universe. Anyway, so again, really curious to see what you guys have to say about all this. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.